is the Bill Squire Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. I'm Bill Squire. I already checked the sound. Yeah, checked it out. And I switched your microphone with hers in the input because there's something that makes it'll sound better this week.
Okay. Maybe more even.
Yeah, more even, yeah.
The two become one.
Yeah. This is at Tommi LC and at AJ DeCosimo.
Hello.
And we are here for a good week. Another comedian has died.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It sucks. One of the best that's ever done it. The best voice in comedy for sure, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
I didn't open any articles. Was he sick? Or?
Yeah, he was sick.
He had some genetic muscular
Yeah.
disease. Yeah.
So
That is sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I watched, I was reading an article that
Should
said...
we have one every week?
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
this
sure
year
there's,
Yeah, this year we're having a lot of dead
yeah.
comics. We didn't talk about Louis Anderson when he died. I think we were off that week.
I think we were off that. Yeah, but
Yeah. Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson was great.
Saget.
I worked with Louis Anderson, and he was a great guy.
Yeah.
A really great guy, really funny guy. Really like, and all these guys are also unique. Like that's what makes him like there's never gonna be another Gilbert. There's never gonna be another Bob Saget. There's never gonna be another Norm. Another all these guys are they're very. There's a reason they made it where they did because they're so uniquely funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw the one thing that I did laugh at, it was just like Affleck voice and Aladdin star. Gilbert Gottfried. And I'm like, well,
He did a couple other
A little
things.
bit.
yeah. I just like how they led with Affleck.
Yeah, the thing you got fired from.
Yeah, and that Affleck voice and Aladdin star.
Yeah. He was the star of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, he was the second biggest name in Aladdin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Behind Robin Williams. Who else was in that?
That was like
voiced that movie.
That was kind of when they started getting
Big name people
to be in it because it went from that one and then like Lion King was the next one that had like Matthew Broderick and James Earl Jones and Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the
Matthew
young.
Broderick was in The Lion King?
He's the voice of Simba grown up.
Way.
Yeah.
That's why he took a bunch of days off.
Because he's Ferris Bueller.
dad.
Yeah.
Did you know that Hamlet is based on The Lion King?
Oh, it's that way. It's based that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Was just like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I got me one of them ideas.
From a Lion King.
That's funny.
I've been watching a lot, and I was just talking to Tommy about this, about the reality TV. Do you ever get into reality TV at all? I feel like you're very not the type.
No, there were some shows that I was really into, like the first 4 or 5 seasons of Survivor.
Okay.
I was really into
I've never
it.
watched Survivor.
And The Bachelor. I watched
Bachelor.
the first
Okay.
4 or 5 seasons.
Well,
of
then
The
you might
Bachelor.
like this because this new show, The Ultimatum, is really good trash TV.
Okay.
And the premise of it is there are these couples, and one of them has an ultimatum. You either marry me or we're done. And so they do that on the show, and then they go, okay, so pick someone else here. Like they make them like break up basically.
Even if they say they want to get married?
Well, they for a week, they're all broken up. And so they all date the other people on the show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of the week, they all have to pick a person to be with. And I don't want to give things away, but it is crazy. And these are some of the most, like, the what people will go through to be on a reality TV show and be famous is insane. Because this is making all these people look terrible.
Yeah.
No one looks good on this show.
I would do a lot to be on reality TV, I think.
Yeah?
I would be a reality star.
I think you would, because I think you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
And there's a show called Love is Blind where one of the guys was like very aware that he was on a reality show, so he played it that way. But his mistake was telling everybody, like kind of breaking the fourth wall.
That he knows he's on a reality
Yeah,
show.
like he's like, yeah, this is the way people act on reality shows. What's like, why am I? And everybody's like,
you
no,
gotta
we're all being real.
You
Like,
gotta
yeah.
keep your cards close to your
Exactly,
chest.
and he
Yeah.
didn't do that.
What an idiot.
But it's
know
just
what I mean?
like these people in these like obviously doomed relationships. Which, what relationship isn't doomed?
We should give each other ultimatums
Oh,
right now.
you do crowd work, or you're off the show.
Oh, you said you were done with crowd work
that you
too.
quit doing crowd work too.
I just quit hosting the show. I'll still go do it sometimes.
Oh, is that a legitimate ultimatum?
No, I don't know.
It's like, I was talking like, you either eat my poo poo, you drink my pee pee.
That's not an
That's not a
ultimatum.
good, yeah, that's not an ultimatum.
It's just
an
disgusting.
No,
Or what?
Or you're right. That's not an
right.
ultimatum. I just
That's
wanted
a
to
would
say
you
that.
rather.
This is the second week in a row where you want somebody to poop.
Yeah,
I guess
you're
it is.
fixated.
Yeah, you better.
I know. I'm kind of in on it.
Fet
I'm
life.
all in right now.
I feel like we talked
I was
about
on
that.
Fet Life.
We talked.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the past, where you have certain.
Things I latch on to.
Well, not even that you latch onto, but you said like one of your no-nos was like, I won't do poop stuff. But
I
now,
won't
like,
do poop. I
you
changed
just
my
keep
mind.
bringing up poop.
Yeah.
I know
Eating poop.
I know. I changed my mind. Okay.
Okay, you grew as a person.
Grew. I've evolved. I'm not the same man I was last week. I'm a different guy.
I have some ideas for reality shows. You want to hear them?
Sure.
Unless you have an ultimatum, Tommy. Oh, wait. Before, I totally dropped the ball on this. Did you watch it?
Not yet. No, no, not yet. I will.
So Saturday night, I was talking to AJ on the phone, and we were just going over some jokes and stuff. And I was like, "Hey, we should both text Tommy at the same time." And why don't you read the messages that we sent to you?
Yeah, you guys have been harassing me.
That was not harassment. We just sent something once. We didn't,
One thing, yeah, it wasn't.
continue
Yeah,
to
we
do
didn't.
it.
Yeah, we
What
just.
the hell do you think harassment is?
And everything we said
Is true.
was true.
Stop watching anime, you big-titted goof, and watch High Fidelity.
Yeah.
It's on HBO Max.
Yes.
Hey, you big-titted goof.
Yeah, big titty goof. And then
That's me. I'm going to change my name.
what? What's wrong with being a big titted goof?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, you like
There's
that.
nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it's mean.
No.
Well, here's the
no,
thing.
that's me.
Yes, you are the BTG. Who I get a text message of a screenshot from friend of the show, soon to be a guest on the show, Pants, aka Aaron Seacrest, and he's like, gets a message from you and says, "They're being mean to me."
Because he reacted to the story.
I didn't even know it was on the story.
What
Yeah.
story?
I posted like the screenshot of your text message to me.
on the
like,
story.
yeah.
Okay, so then he replied to that, and then you were like, "Yeah, they're being mean to me," and he's like, "Well, have you ever seen High Fidelity?" And you're like, "No," and he's like, "Well, that's kind of BTG behavior. You're kind of being a BTG."
I saw a movie for the first time the other day.
What was it?
The Gone Girl.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
That was a great movie.
Did you like it?
No, I hated it.
You didn't like the
Why?
movie?
No, the movie was fine.
But you're
I'll-
just- yeah.
I'll never watch that movie ever.
No,
again.
it's a one and done.
one and
yeah.
done.
I'm
for
like,
sure.
no, dude. I'm
Although-
like, ooh, don't be mean to ladies.
The girl in that movie, like the young girl, I believe they show her boobs, and they're real good boobs, so that might be
Worth a second watch.
It's
Did they show her? I don't remember her showing her boobs. I was
I'm pretty sure she did.
fixated on the nightmare.
Yeah.
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 That movie's wild. And I listened to the book on tape or the audiobook, and it's like, just more in depth, but it's still pretty crazy. They did a great job with the movie.
I have the book. I just haven't read it
Yeah,
yet.
I'm never watching that ever
Yeah.
again. Like the entire time, I'm like, ooh, did he do it? Did he not do it? I'm like, ooh, she's a snake.
Yeah.
She's a horrible person, and so is he.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not as bad as
No, that's really bad. Then she fucking slit Barney's throat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Emily Ratajkowski. Ratajkowski? And you see her boobs.
Oh, you do see her boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
I thought you
pretty
meant
lady.
Rosamund Pike's boobs. I'm like, I don't remember seeing
No, I don't
Rosamund
think we
Pike's boobs.
show hers.
She spent most of that movie without pants on.
Yeah.
I noticed. I'm like, you should wear some pants. some pants on there, lady.
There's like a real story about the real Gone Girl where she said some like Hispanic woman killed her or something, or like
Whoa.
there's like a real Gone Girl, and she got A friend of mine was just telling me about Real Gone Girl.
That movie made me so uneasy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I hope Tommy doesn't do this to anybody. ever.
Why would I do
I
that?
don't know. Why would she do that?
Yeah.
You know, why would anybody do that?
Yeah. Another movie I
scary.
can't watch again, but was great. Nocturnal Animals.
I've never seen that.
That one's really good.
Is it about possums?
Yes.
And
Well, I
bats.
guess there's a few different Real Gone Girls. Denise Huskins.
What did Denise Huskins do?
She
I'm envisioning her. Do we get a picture?
and like she got captured and that her kidnapper that she got away from her kidnappers, but she staged the whole thing.
Dude, that's so fucking insane.
It's an insane thing to do, right? It's an
Insane.
insane thing to do. Which it brings us back to reality TV, which is an insane thing to be on. But I have some ideas for reality shows. One of them is called, well, you tell the people that are going to be on the show, it's called Left of Love. And it's about liberals and leftists trying to find love. But what the actual show is you get a bunch of people that are like hardcore Trump supporters and tell them that they're undercover. And they're all Trump supporters undercover acting like liberals trying to find
Like, hey,
trying
who's
to
all
date.
ready to have some abortions today?
I think it would be amazing television.
That would be great television.
Yeah.
Because you just see what they think a liberal is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. That reminded me at some guy at work the other day. It's like, I hate it when people flip flop. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's just like my aunt on the Facebook there. He's just like, one minute she's all pro-choice and pro-abortion. And I was like, let me stop you there. I don't think anybody's pro-abortion.
I'm pro-abortion.
Well, no, it is. So, right. But he's just like, then the next minute she's like, oh, I love children all the time. I'm like, that's not the, what the fuck are you talking about? You idiot. Like,
That's a very dumb person.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dumb people.
that's a really stupid thing.
Yeah, people, there should be more requirements to vote.
Yeah.
I really think there should be. But I think that'd be a very interesting show to watch, is just people that like and I'm talking like the far right Trump supporters that are like liberals, or they want liberal tears and all that stuff. Like that's what I would like to see, and I think they'd be very funny trying to act like liberals.
Do you think any of them would fall in love?
I think they'd all fall in love
All of them?
together. Yeah.
Okay.
And they'd be like, group love is one hive mind. I think it'd be very.
A
Or they'd
swinger
all
show
kill
would
each
be
other.
tight.
A swinger show would be
Ooh,
great.
I would love watching that.
Yeah. I think that'd
Swinger
be
show.
cool.
Swing it
Where
love.
are we talking about like couple, like swapping
Yes.
couples, or are
Yeah.
we talking like John Favreau and
Either way,
Vaughn,
I'm
swingers?
Both.
old swingers. Bring
Yeah.
them back for a sequel.
Yeah,
30
dude.
years later,
You
I'm
remember
for it.
like for like 10 minutes in the 90s, like everybody was into swing music?
I was into way more than 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really
you
liked
dance?
it. I would like try and learn some moves. I wasn't great at it, but I could do some stuff.
Okay.
Oh, wow. How long did that last for, Bill?
I mean, for me, it was a good 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah,
of
it was.
swing, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Of like being into swing. Yeah, I love the movie Swing Kids. I love the movie Swingers.
I've never seen Swing Kids.
Swing Kids is about like it's a World War II movie where they're like in Germany, and I believe they're in Germany, and like they're like basically either join the Hitler Youth or
They decided to dance swing.
Yeah. And they're like, well, they're like, you can't dance swing. And they like go and break up like swing dances and stuff like that. It's
God.
crazy.
That's crazy.
And that's when I knew, like, I'm like, Nazis, Jews and music.
Yeah, Jews and music.
And they were really tough
It's
on
shows
people.
like that make me realize, Bill, you're so fucking money, baby. You don't even know it.
Oh, I know it.
You're so money,
I got these
baby.
claws and these fangs, and I know what to do with these claws and these fangs. The Dresden, those people, I think they just died. One of the bars they go to in Swingers.
Oh,
like
really?
it's Frankie and it's this old couple, and they were singing there for like 30, 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And they would just like do like these like covers of like popular songs, but they do them in like that crooner style.
That movie is kind of insane to me. Like,
Have you seen Swingers?
Ever see that movie? It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I know. I need to see. We got to make a list.
Yeah, we got to make a list
Yeah.
of movies for Tommy to see.
High Fidelity and Swingers. Those are
Okay.
2 of them.
They're on my
That's such a
list.
great movie, but like when you like think about like how absurd the concept is, it's just such a small niche thing.
Oh yeah.
Like a group of people in Los Angeles that were just like really into swing music in the 90s.
But it wasn't even that they were so into like that was just what hipster was then.
They were like swingers?
They were like that was the hipster movement at that time.
It was swing.
It wasn't even swing, but like just like being like throwing it back to like that 50s Rat Pack style
Like
stuff.
like we're okay, cool. Movies that Bill
Gotta
and AJ
list
won't shut
started.
up about.
Okay, yeah.
High
that's good.
Fidelity, Swingers. High Fidelity is better than Swingers. I
Yes,
think.
it is. But I think Swingers has some of the funniest scenes. The answering machine
Yeah.
scene. Also things that like are very dated at this point where like you wouldn't even, I mean, it's definitely like a time capsule of a
It's
movie.
nothing like Gone Girl.
No, it's nothing like
Not like
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl at all.
Yeah. Heather Graham's in it. She's
Yeah.
real pretty in it. And
John Favreau.
John Favreau and
Vince Vaughn.
and
Oh, I love Vince
who's
Vaughn.
the Office Space guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. What is his name? I forget.
He's
Rob
great.
something.
Ron Livingston.
Ron Livingston. Yeah.
He's great. So, all right, I have another reality show here. And this is taking the ultimatum in Love is Blind to a whole new level. So you go into a room with another person and you have sex with that person.
Like you have to.
It's like you have to. It's like dark in the room.
But
You
hold
have
on,
to.
hold on. What if you don't want to?
That's what you signed up for on this show. The first, like, all you know about the show is you're going into the room to have sex with another person, but you
can't change your mind.
you can't. If you agree
There's
to
no
it, you
safe
can't.
word?
Like you're having sex with that person.
I feel like this is already going to. Okay. I want to hear you.
so
Continue.
much
right.
suing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a man and a woman. We'll keep it basic for the first season.
Basic.
Man and woman go into a room. It's pitch black. They have to have sex, and then can decide based on how good the sex is if they want to continue the relationship. Just off sex,
I like that.
okay? And then when they make their decision, they turn the lights on, and it's
It's your dad.
it's the father of your daughter's best friend.
Always?
Oh.
So,
So
like,
they all
all-
have
yeah.
to be single dads?
So they all have to be single dads,
That's
and it's
so
all
specific of a group of people.
There's so many lawsuits waiting to happen out of
that
this
too,
show.
yeah.
so it's somebody that you knew.
It's
Yeah. Like it's your best friend's dad, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your best friend's mom?
Yeah, we could do that. You know,
Okay.
keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then they turn the lights on, and like, so if they go, okay, and you know, they always call these shows experiments. So that means like the next 5 weeks, you guys have to live together as a couple. If they decide that they're going to live together as a couple after after having sex, then they have to live with their best friend's mom or their best friend's dad.
Oh, so you have to decide whether or not you want to be with that person
Based off fucking that one time.
before the lights even come on.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I would be like making sure they have all their limbs.
See,
Yeah.
They,
What if the lights were out, and then you had just mind blowing sex, and then
That's what
you're
I'm
just
Then
like,
you didn't want it?
Well, hold on, and then it's just like, yeah, I want to give this a try, and then it turns out to be like you and me, like in the same place.
Well, that's why we'd have to agree that it's a man and a woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I still you get into so many problems, even if it's a man and a woman.
We got a great legal team. They ironed out all the details.
All the details.
People know
Okay.
what they're coming into. But how fucking great would that show be? They turn on the lights and they go,
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
said, I'm going to live the next 5 weeks with this person. And they go, okay, here it is. And you're like, holy shit, you're Devin's mom.
I would be like, oh my God, I've always wanted this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be some of that.
Yeah,
For
there will
sure.
be some of
And
that.
then there's going to be some of the dads that are like, I've also always wanted this.
no.
We'll make sure they're hot moms and dads too.
Okay.
Because we like to watch hot people on TV.
Yeah.
Not even
I know.
gross.
sure.
I'd kind of want to see some ugly people fucking.
Well, we don't see the fucking. It just happens.
No, but I want to know that it's happening.
Okay.
Wait, so half the show is blackness?
No, I mean that's the first episode. So like,
Oh,
so and the way we can see, like, we can kind of see what's going on in there because like we got the black light cameras or not the black light cameras, but like the dark cameras where it's like green, so they can't see, but we can see.
okay. Well, so we could see them having sex.
Like,
Under the blankets,
but
that's what they always
tasteful.
do
Yeah,
that.
that's always doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Tasteful sex,
what if
please.
they're into like really
What if
nasty?
they
Well,
are
it's
into
the first
BDSM?
time. Who's doing all the nastiest stuff the first time?
Some people.
What? And we'll put that.
FatLife.com.
We'll put that into the thing. It's got to be pretty vanilla sex right off the bat, like just good old. Yeah.
I see. You're not tempting me to be on this show.
Well, I feel like that's because
I want to go balls to the wall.
But I mean, you got 5 weeks to do that.
yeah, but like the first time, it's just like, yeah, let's break it out. Put some stuff.
Well,
in
if
me.
people agree to that, then go for it.
You can only do one season of that
Why?
because people would then know. Like if they've watched the first season, they know that it's the
Not
best
if.
friend's
That's
parent.
We filmed 10 seasons
At one
Oh,
before we
once.
release any of them.
That's
Yeah, but
actually really smart.
Well, that's like Love is Blind. They're already on
Yeah.
season 5.
What was that?
Love is Blind. They're already on season 5,
Damn.
like filming.
Yeah.
And they've only released season 2.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think that would be a very good show. And I did think about making it your parent, but I was like, that's too far.
It is too far. That's way
But I
too
think
Yeah,
I think
that's old,
I think
yeah.
your friend's mom or your friend's dad is a fun show.
Trying to think of how I would react if I found out I banged Tommy's mom. I'd probably call you immediately.
You
Be
would.
like, you will not believe what I just did.
Wait, Tommy's your best friend?
No, I'm no. I just meant like banging a friend's mom.
Yeah, just you have to have met in real life so that you know as soon as the light comes on.
Oh,
there's
you
that
know
hor-
who it
Oh,
is.
shit.
Yeah, they're like, holy shit! I've known you since you were
Could
a
it
kid.
ever be like?
I
two
coached
people-
your soccer team.
Could it ever be like two people that are like same age, like similar age, that know each other?
Oh yeah, that is gonna be always a big.
Well,
Age
there's probably
gap.
going to be an age gap on those because usually someone's best friend is around their age.
So just the entire concept of is people having sex with their friends' parents. That's the show.
And then seeing if it's could be a great relationship.
So it just has to be a friend's mom. It can't just be someone you know.
I think it's a better show if it's a friend's mom.
I think it's a better show if it's just someone you know.
I think that's probably going to be easier to cast.
Yeah, right. I mean, but like,
But I think the reveal of it's my friend's mom or my friend's dad
No,
is a
sure, but like, what if
is
it's like,
what I
but
would
like,
love.
what if I turn it on and it's
Yeah.
like a step sibling, and you're like,
That's
whoa.
already all over the internet.
No, right, but I mean, like, so is banging your friend's mom. What are you talking about?
That's a good point.
That's all over the internet too.
Yeah.
I can find anything on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
watched a woman puke
could-
on a guy's dong the other day.
we could do
On
a
purpose?
bunch of different.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do a bunch of different iterations. Oh, send me that link, by the way.
I will.
You guys are into the puke?
No, I'm
No,
not kidding.
that
Oh,
one
okay.
that caught me by
I
surprise.
don't, I don't
Okay.
actually want that.
They Trojan horsed a woman vomiting onto a guy's reproductive organs on me.
That sucks.
But you can do different spin-offs. Maybe that's how you get second seasons. You start with best friend's mom, best friend's dad, and then you move it into
Your boss.
bosses. Or
Okay.
just,
Yeah, I see that.
Different, but it all starts with sex in the dark.
Sex in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
like
the
it.
name of it.
Sex in the
Sex
dark.
in the
Sex in the dark.
dark.
Well, it's called Shot in the Dark.
Shot in the-
That's good.
I masturbated so many times today.
Really?
A lot of times.
Are you stressed
Why?
out?
No, like 3 times today I jerked off.
That's
Are you stressed out?
No, I was just like feeling it today.
Yeah.
I just wanted to run through
There's
a
definitely
wall.
days like that for
Yeah,
sure.
where I'm just like, oh my god, I need to spill my seed.
Oh, what a sight.
By the third one, though, you got to be like, am I really that into this?
Well, no, for like see, I
What's
think
the most
you're
you ever
just
done a
limiting
day?
yourself. The most?
Yeah,
5,
Oh,
I think.
Oh, I've done more than 5.
Really?
I think I've done
Wow.
like 6 times.
I did 7 once.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
All
just-
right, Bill. Who's
was-
counting?
I am 7, and as a much younger Bill, a much I was home. I was still like, I was probably 17 or 18, and like nobody was home all day. And I was just like, I'm going to see how many times I can do it. And I got 7. And that wasn't even like that was probably from about 6 or 7 a.m. till about 3 in the afternoon, because that's when everybody would get home from school. So I got it in there.
You, when you were Mormon, did you have to, like, you couldn't have sex, right?
Wasn't supposed to.
Oh, but you did, though?
Well, I did when I was a missionary.
Okay.
When
the mission.
Yes, as a missionary in missionary.
Are you looking at porn right now?
No, I'm sending that link to you.
He said he didn't want it.
Oh, you did say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
AJ really
I'm
wants
an
to
idiot.
ruin your
I
night.
really want you to see this.
Yeah, so I went up to, like, I didn't have sex all the way, but like I had a girlfriend and we did oral on each other.
In the Philippines?
No, like before I went to the Philippines.
Oh.
And but we tried to have sex once, but it was like a situation where she's like, "Should we just try it?" And I'm like, "Okay." And like we're in my bed, and she like we didn't know what we were doing, and we didn't do any foreplay. And we're just trying to put it in. No, and like there was just nothing. Like she wasn't wet at all, so we like couldn't get it in.
Yeah.
So we're like, "Oh, okay."
So your penis touched her vagina?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that count as losing my virginity?
No.
You don't think so?
It's gotta get in there.
I don't know.
Gotta get it in.
I feel like if your penis touches a vagina, you've lost your virginity.
Just mine?
Yeah, just yours.
Okay.
No, is it true that Mormons think that you get your own planet?
Is
that real?
That's a
That's
thing.
what I've always
yeah.
heard, yeah.
Yeah, that's like because it's about eternal progression, where it's not necessarily that you get your own planet, but you become like
planet?
God, and then if you're God runs everything. Yeah, Earth. So
So there's a whole bunch of other gods.
Just everyone's a god.
and
when
that's
you
what
die.
they always. Well, not yet, because you have to have the resurrection and everything. So like right now, it's like the early stages of God stuff. Even though they call these the latter days, it's very confusing.
That's
it's
weird.
almost like they made it up.
That's a good reality show. Everyone gets their own planet.
Everyone's competing for it.
Everyone's competing for their own planet. They gotta live at a girl.
That's a good
Live
one.
holy lives.
Well, I'm sorry.
They're gonna be so happy. It's been a couple weeks.
All the burp
know.
pervs.
The burp pervs are gonna be so happy. Wait. Okay. So the reality show is people competing for a planet.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I mean, if you're going by Mormon rules, anyone can get one. You just got to follow all the rules.
And what kind of rules are? What was like the dumbest rule in Mormon? You're just like, I cannot even believe people believe this.
Like the no caffeine thing.
No caffeine.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Do your parents consume caffeine?
They'll have like a Diet Coke a little bit, or but it was
sinning?
no, because it's one of these things where they say we leave it up to your interpretation. So there's this thing called the Word of Wisdom.
Okay.
And so I'm going to try and give you the Cliff's Notes version of it, but it's all confusing and annoying. So Joseph Smith, he's the one that started the Mormon Church. He was running the church out of his house, and he'd have people over, and they were like, he'd get these revelations, he'd call them, and one of them was based on chewing tobacco and caffeine and alcohol, because some of these guys that were coming to their house were being assholes because they get drunk, they spit tobacco all over the place. And so he said, well, God told me that we can't do any of that stuff anymore. And they call it the Word of Wisdom, is it's known as in the Mormon Church. And it's abstaining from, like, they call them hot drinks, alcohol, illegal drugs, tobacco, stuff like that.
Hot drink. You can't drink hot drinks, huh?
Well, they meant like coffee and tea, caffeinated drinks. They
Yeah.
didn't exactly have Diet Coke back then, so
Right.
Yeah.
they didn't have Coke or stuff like that. So my parents they've never been that strict on that stuff. They don't drink coffee or tea, but they'll have like a Diet Coke, or they'll have, my mom really likes Diet Mountain Dew.
It's such a funny thing, for
Dude.
someone's mom to love.
On Christmas Eve in 2019, we were all staying at a compound, like we rented 2 houses near Vegas, like in Vegas, and I get in on Christmas Eve, and everybody's like, "Mom's kind of being," because she's going through withdrawals because she didn't have any. They couldn't find Diet Mountain Dew at any of the grocery stores, so I was like, "Let's go get it." And like me and my brother got in one of the cars that we rented and just like drove around to every grocery store till we found Diet Mountain Dew to like be heroes for my mom. And she was so fucking happy.
Aw.
Like she played it down. She's like, "Oh, I didn't really need it." But then like she said that as she was opening it.
And just throwing it
Yeah,
down.
she was just like, "I didn't really need it." Like just totally pulling it apart the cardboard like it's like she's a toddler on Christmas Day.
Do your parents think you're going to hell?
Well, that's another interesting you say that. There's not really a hell unless you're real bad.
Oh, but they don't think you're real bad.
Right. So there's different levels. They call it the different kingdoms of the in the Mormon church. There's celestial, terrestrial, and telestial, terrestrial, and celestial.
Okay.
So these 3 kingdoms. If you're like, and then there's outer darkness. That's where Satan lives, and that's
sounds tight.
that's where you go if you like knew God and like looked him in the eyes like, "Fuck you, I'm out." Like I don't need you, Dad, kind of thing. So that's
So how is that not you?
because I never met God.
So who has though? So no one goes there.
Basically.
Okay.
But they say like, yeah.
That's just sad. Satan's so lonely. In the
I know,
dark.
right? Yeah. Well, maybe
Having
I will go
sex
there. I
with
don't
his
know.
friend's
I'll go
mom.
Maybe I will go there. I don't
I'll go
know.
ahead.
So then there's like the lowest kingdom is what did I say? Telestial, and that's where like bad people on Earth go. Like if you're a bad person on Earth, that's where you go. But they always said God loves his children so much that even that lowest kingdom is a paradise. And this is something they told us as a small child. I remember hearing this, and they go, "If you saw the telestial kingdom, you'd kill yourself just to get there."
What the
That's
fuck?
the bad one. That's the one we're
That's the
saying.
lowest
Yeah.
one, but it's so good. No. Satan's outer darkness.
Oh. Okay.
Telestial is the lowest kingdom of God.
Wait, so they said what to you as a kid?
They said, if you were to see that as a living person, you'd kill yourself just to get there.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Isn't that the wildest thing to tell a
Yeah.
child?
Yeah, it's such a stupid thing to tell a child.
I remember.
Is there any part of you, any remote part of your being that's just like, you know what, I kind of still want to believe in this?
No.
No.
Did you ever actually believe?
Yeah,
in
I mean, because
Okay.
it was, because I didn't know
all
you
you knew.
couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Like they present it as fact. It's not like they're like saying this stuff.
No,
I mean,
how when we're in school and we're learning math, 2 + 2
right?
= 4,
Yeah,
and that's just
I
the way it
was
is.
I was indoctrinated from the time I was a small child. Like here's all these things and these stories again and again and again. You hear them again, and so you're just like, well, that's and there's all these people who are like, they all seem like good, upstanding people. I might as well believe in it.
Did you have an aha moment? Or was it
Kinda.
just a series of aha moments?
Let me finish talking about the kingdoms of heaven.
Oh
and then I'll
shit.
get to
Okay,
it.
more kingdom.
So then that's the lowest kingdom. That's the telestial. That's where the bad people on Earth go. Terrestrial. That's probably where all of us would go. It's really you're a pretty normal, regular person, and that's even better than that.
And what's this one called again?
Terrestrial kingdom.
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial.
And then what was the first one?
Telestial.
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 Terrestrial.
And then the top one is
Celestial.
celestial.
Which I can't. That's
Yeah,
where you
that
get your
one.
own planet.
Yeah.
Well, eventually.
What?
Because you have to go through a lot. It's
Oh my
eternal
God.
progression. You're not doing it all at once.
Jesus fucking
It's
Christ.
just like
Nah, you're
living
gonna- be
continually.
careful
I'm
with
going to
that.
the Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Celestial. So you're gonna. Then the celestial kingdom is where you get to like live with God in God's presence, and they always talked about this like they're backwards compatible. Like if you're in celestial, you can go down and visit terrestrial and telestial, but if you're in telestial, you can't move up.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that
Wait,
was
you just stop there, or do you die again in these kingdoms?
no. In those kingdoms, that's where you live forever. But if you're
But
in
how's
the-
it eternal progression then?
Well, that's why it's only eternal progression if you get to the celestial kingdom, because that's where you live with God and get to a
Fuck 'em.
reward, like the ultimate reward, which is like
Get the fuck
becoming like God with your wife that you're sealed to for time and all eternity, and then you guys get your planet and you get to have your spirit children and send them down and teach them about Jesus.
This honestly kind of sounds tight.
I mean, it's
It's a very fantastic story.
they got a lot of like, and that because
Out of all the bullshit Christian myths, this one kind of sounds relatively pleasant.
Right, yeah.
well, they have a lot of
Planets.
deep doctrine because they don't just use the Bible. They let people make up fan fiction.
Really?
Well, because of they say that they have a living modern prophet that speaks to God.
Who's the living modern prophet?
Right now, God, I don't know his name. I'll have to look it up real quick.
The living modern prophet, huh?
Yeah.
He's just going around just regurgitating what he heard Jesus say.
That and like, but they always have to adapt things. Because, you know, like in the 70s, they're like, oh, yeah, black people can be in the church now, too. Russell M. Nelson is the guy. And actually, one of his speeches is going viral on TikTok. I don't know if it's just with, like, ex-Mormon girls, but it's like, if you dress provocatively, young ladies, you become pornography.
Oh, yeah. I
You've
know
seen
that.
that?
Yeah.
That's him. That's the guy.
Damn,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
tight. Yeah.
So when Joseph Smith came back, he said that he restored Christ's true church on the planet Earth because it was like they called it the apostasy, where it went away for a while and it came back now. And so
So this guy is the Pope of the Mormon Church.
basically, yeah, the 17th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It's wild.
Do you think he believes that? Do you think he believes his?
Yeah, I think they
think
do.
so? You
I
think
think,
they do?
yeah, I think, but maybe not. I don't know.
Dude, we were talking.
They're a rich fucking church. Two?
Keep going.
This was the third.
That's
You guys missed the
that's
first
That's
one.
you entering the celestial.
I know. That's so much.
Somebody's about to have 3 jerk-offs. There's
Time,
I
3
don't know what
burps.
my
it's
highest
time
burp
for
is.
4. Yeah, burp again, Tommy.
Oh, please don't.
Do you like that face I make?
I know, terrifying.
So yeah, so they always like these guys can say like this is modern day revelation, and it gets added to the doctrine, like it's gospel.
Stupid thing. No, but like here's the thing. It doesn't make it's not that stupid. Not and as little or more stupid than any of the other Christians.
It's all stupid. Yeah,
It's all ridiculous.
it all has so many holes in
If
it.
I-
Once
if
you
I
start
had to-
asking questions, like I saw a video.
If
of
I had to rank it into tiers, right? There's
Yeah.
like dangerous stupid.
yeah,
And then there's like silly stupid.
yeah.
And like I feel like the Mormon is like falls under the silly.
It's silly
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
it's like for the most part they're very good people and they all mean well, but then they have a lot of stuff that they really weren't expecting there to be like gay people to end up having rights, and they gotta like readjust because they were very vocal. It's like the only time they got involved in politics in like 2004 through like 2006 fighting against gay marriage laws.
Really?
They were like campaigning against that kind of stuff and like donating heavily against that stuff to the point now where I think they've had to kind of change. It's like, oh, we have a lot of gay members and we're treating them fucking terrible. And so like they're starting to evolve on some of those beliefs, which just goes to show God would have had that figured out.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't just be like, oh, it's a sign of the times. People are too like he could have said early on, yeah, in this church, it's okay to be gay.
That Joseph Smith guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's if you want to do a good dive on him, listen to the last podcast on the left. They do a great overall like history of like the Mormon Church
I think
and
it's
Joseph
4
Smith.
or 5 episodes.
It's a
isn't
lot.
it?
It's
Yeah,
like-
it's really good.
And they go into like Joseph Smith and like how he was just basically like a failed magician and treasure hunter.
Really?
And then he turned it into a religion basically.
He was a magician?
Yeah, he wanted to be. It's a bad one.
Oh, that makes me sad.
You got to
They
put the time in.
started a cult.
Yep.
That's silly.
Sure did.
What a silly
And a
thing.
very rich cult. They are I think they have like 10 million members worldwide, and they are the 3rd richest church.
Really?
Like that's not
What,
that
in
many members.
Christianity?
No, of all churches, they're like.
Where's Jehovah's Witnesses fall on that?
I don't
Oh,
know.
there are not that many of them. I imagine there's a lot more Mormons than there are Jehovah's
Oh, yeah,
Witnesses.
yeah, I
You
would
want to
think-
talk about ridiculous in a dangerous way?
That
Jehovah's Witnesses
Okay.
are fucking weird.
I have family that are, and like my cousin couldn't get divorced from her husband because he was cheating, but like she wasn't allowed to until he accepted like trying to.
I stand
disgusting.
corrected. They are now the richest church
That's
Wow.
insane.
because they bought a lot of, what's it called? Like real estate. The church tops them among the wealthiest and richest churches in the world. This is a non-Trinitarian Christian Restoration Church whose headquarters is located in the United States. It is commonly known as the LDS Church or the Mormon Church. It is worth about $100 billion.
Insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's his church. Like that's the thing that makes me think that they might be onto something more than anything. That they have $100 billion.
That's insane.
I'm like, yeah, Jesus would have $100 billion.
yeah.
Oh wait, no,
No,
he
he
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
He'd give it all away.
Yeah, he would.
Cunts, you're liars.
Wow, they're richer than the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because Catholic Church is kind of broken up
Yeah.
into things. So it's like the Catholic Church Vatican, Catholic Church Germany. Those are 33 billion, 26 billion. Australia, like those. So if you add all those together, they're right there with the Mormon Church. Church of Scientology is 2.5 billion. So they're nothing compared to the Mormon Church.
But we're not even talking about like the Muslim religion or Judaism.
Yeah. Nope. They don't even make like Freemasonry.
But all
Kenneth
these
Copeland
are
ministry.
rooted in Christian
Yeah.
theology.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like, they really are businesses first.
Right.
Churches
Yeah,
second.
Yep.
Yeah, the Mormon Church is definitely like they are very savvy with how like our member pays 10% of their income, but then they also have a lot of land and like investments and stuff like
so
that.
are all of your siblings in or out?
All are out except my oldest brother. My oldest brother's still in, and then there's 5 of us total. My second oldest brother, he just left the church a few years ago. And he, like, that was a big deal because he was kind of the golden child. Like, he's a lawyer. He's got, like, a great family, graduated from BYU.
Now, did
And then
it
he left the church a
break
few
your
years ago.
parents' hearts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we all broke their hearts. Like, my mom's still, like, that's why we don't have a super close relationship, because anything that's going on in my life is a reminder that I'm not Mormon, and it hurts her feelings because it makes her feel like she's a bad mom.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So my parents don't care.
Well, but it's not all your parents do.
Yeah, that's true.
Your parents have a regular life. My parents, like, they live to go to church. Like, church is their whole social network. It's just everything for them, to the point where, like, my mom, she finally stopped doing this, but like years ago, she'd be like, "Oh, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah," at church. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck these people are anymore. Like, I don't care about these people. I hate them. I mean, I don't hate them, but I just didn't care. And like, she finally figured that out. She's like, "Oh, you don't really," like, I remember the day she's like, she told me somebody passed away. I was like, "And that is who?" And she's like, "So you know that family?" I'm like, "Mom, I don't remember any of the people that we went to church with."
Least memorable
And-
people.
And it's been a long time, and
Yeah.
I just, like, they weren't important people to me. And she just goes, and like, that's when it sunk in. And then another, like, hallmark moment was when my dad asked me, like, sat down and, like, he's like, "Okay, so I know you're not going to church anymore, but do you believe in God?" And I had to, like, look him in the eye. I said, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
And he's just like, and then that's the last time him and I have ever talked about religion.
Oh.
He didn't have any follow-up questions. He just stood up and walked away.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just like, "Huh, that's that."
Yeah.
So
I just very casually just say, "Yeah, this is ridiculous." And my parents are, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah. Yeah.
but because it's so meaningful to them, that, like, and then they see that their kids who they actually did a very good job raising because we know how to think critically and make decisions for ourselves, which is, I think, a good thing, all saw that this religion seems fake, and they're like, but they hang on. And
do you think that there's a part of them that's just like, you know what, maybe our kids are on to something?
they fucking better.
Do you think that they have any of those feelings?
I think my mom does.
Do you think that?
Really?
Do you think that somewhere
My
your
dad's
parents-
too stubborn.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a point? It's just like, you know what, our kids might be onto something, but like this is who I am. So like, if I
Yeah.
abandon this,
Yeah, then they have to start over. And they're in their 60s,
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
60s.
I dealt with the same thing with my mom, and like she just nags me on like, why don't you believe in God anymore? What made you change? And like, I don't want to have that conversation with her, but it's just weird that they.
yeah, my parents like they never care. They're like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's cool. whatever."
Must be nice.
Yeah,
I feel like
guess
you have
it
the
is.
best. I feel like you have the best relationship with your parents of all of us. So
I
yeah,
think I probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, but
I mean, like, I love my parents and they love me, and we can get along. We just have like boundaries that we don't go over. Like, we don't talk about certain things
Yeah.
because it's just not enjoyable.
And
for
that's a
either of us.
fine way
Yeah.
to have a relationship
Right.
with family members.
I agree.
Yeah. Well,
But like when me and my siblings get together, like we have a good time, and we have a better time when my parents leave, and then we can all talk shit about the church.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's a good time.
except your older brother,
So my older brother,
is he trying to like bring you back?
no, he knows. He knows there's.
He knows that you
Yeah.
guys
Too
are
far
down
gone.
to the Outer
Yeah.
Banks.
And I feel like, yeah.
I mean, that would be damned.
And you're not invited. You can't stay at our Airbnb
So,
in the Outer
but they don't
Banks.
think you're going there.
No, they think I'm going to the Telestial.
Now, do they ever say like, if you don't watch out, you're going to be in the
Well, they
in the
don't say
not
anything
so
to me.
great party?
They don't-
No, but did they ever say that to you? Like, how was like?
No,
Was it ever
it was
threatening?
never
Yeah.
like a threat. It was more like we have an eternal goal, and it's to get to the Celestial. So it was never like you're going to go there. It's just like we got to stay on track so we can go to the highest kingdom.
Have you ever?
So it's like a passive aggressive way of saying that.
It's much more easy to have a conversation about stuff like this with a sibling than it is with your parents.
Absolutely.
Your oldest brother.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you?
No, I like, I'm not that close with him, and I don't know. It's not something that I feel like I'd even have that conversation with him until he was ready to ask me about it. Like, I want to bring it up
Yeah.
to him.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, if it's not hurting anybody, I don't think it's
No.
necessarily an issue.
Right, and that's
just
the thing.
let
Is
it
like
sit,
we all
but-
get along. We all
Right.
do okay. So we're not trying to go like I'm not trying to
Extreme.
take, and like he's got a great family. He's like active in the church, and like it works for him. And if it works for him, then that's fine.
Right.
It just did
But he
not
minds
work
his
for
own.
me.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
ask you.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And now his kids are getting older. Like his oldest son is about to graduate from high school, and that's who I'm trying to like make sure there's a bridge to. It's like, hey, if you guys need to talk about this, Uncle Bill will show you how to fucking get away from,
Yeah.
like
How to get out of this?
yeah, how to get out of this.
Have you told them that? Like, hey guys, if you
Not so, in so many words, but like more like they know we're out here, and it's not just me. It's me and my sister and my two other brothers. Like they know that they have options of people that they can talk to. But I'm also not super close with
Them
my
either.
my family at all. Like we don't talk every day. Like I'll talk to my sister probably once every week or so. But like I don't talk to my family all that much.
Yeah.
But I don't talk to a lot of people that much.
Yeah.
All I do is talk like
On the radio.
yeah, like
Yeah.
fucking.
You're like, I
if
don't want
you-
to talk to
like,
anybody when you get
strangers
home.
all
yeah, you guys are my family.
We're all gonna go to the Celestial,
Banks?
the Outer Banks together.
Outer Banks, yeah, Outer Banks. That's the name of this episode.
I'm going to the Outer Banks.
Wow, that was an hour. Almost.
Nice.
50. I think we're around 50 minutes.
Oh,
You guys got
shit.
anything else you want to talk about?
That's it, man.
That was a deep one tonight.
It was, yeah.
I liked it though. All right, well, thank you guys for checking out this episode. I got some new stuff so that the editing last week, I will say this, was a pain in the ass.
Uh-oh.
You figured it out.
But I figured it out. Got it done. I got some more equipment on the way so that it'll be even easier to do multicam stuff. This is inside baseball, but so we'll have guests again coming up soon. But as soon as I bought a new iPad because that's the program that I use at work, and so I wanted to use the same thing because I'm familiar with it. As soon as I bought that, I got an email from my boss that said, "Hey, guess what? We're going to be downtown sooner than later." So I just dropped all this money on an iPad, and they're like, "Ha ha, you idiot."
Damn.
Wow.
But I still don't know what that
again?
means.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I do get my parking pass tomorrow, which that's fucking
We
awesome.
were supposed to be in there a year ago.
October.
Was it October?
Yeah, it was October. Original was October.
okay.
Yeah.
Original was October. So, because you've just now been on the show a little over a year. Tommy's coming up on her year, coming up on
Can't
2
believe
years
that.
of the show. The Bill Squire Show is about to hit 2 years old, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, so anything you want to talk about? Plug at
Nope,
Tommi
just
LC.
Tommi LC on OnlyFans.
I liked your bunny thing the other day. That
Thank you.
was good. And then AJ.
Man, that's no, nothing.
Nobody outfits
Weekly.
for you.
Yeah.
Weekly Humorist. Check them out. Subscribe.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.